and welcome to Inside Out, the True Vision Television Apex interview program for decision makers, entrepreneurs, technocrats, diplomats, and icons of the society to provide insight into top local and international issues. In this episode, our guest, Right Honorable Abubakar Suleiman, Speaker Bauchi House of Assembly, speaks on the importance of the forthcoming First Bauchi State International Economic and Investment Summit. The summit will take place on the 8th and 9th of October at the new ultra-modern International Conference Center, designed and furnished by an indigenous firm, Architectronics Limited. In the interview, the speaker also provided an insight into the harmonious relationship between the Governor Bala Abubakar Mohammed-led State Executive Council and the State House of Assembly, and why the rapid sustained progress in the state is a logical consequence of this synergy. Join me. Currently, Bauchi State is preparing for an economic and investment summit. I want you to tell me the role played by the Bauchi State House of Assembly in relation to the upcoming Economic and Investment Summit.
Well, thank you for the question. Even though organizing such an event is entirely the activity that has to do with the executive arm of government, but in Bauchi State, because of the leader we have, the governor we have, who kind of always include inclusive governance and stakeholder engagement, the Bauchi Assembly is not left out. We're always being represented by the Chairman House Committee on Commerce, who always going for roadshow in various states in the country, and also like me personally and the leaders of the house who are always being involved, also being carried along by the governor in the time of preparation of this activity. So Bauchi State is fully aware and is fully support of the upcoming program and is fully aware of what is going on.
Okay, so can you tell us the importance of this Economic and Investment Summit to Bauchi State?
As the name suggests, is a way whereby you attract investors to the state so that they come and invest in the various minerals and other things that we have. It is important because it will improve the economic base of the state. It will improve the income generation of the state, and it will also improve the image of the state to assist in the development and redevelopment of the state. And then we have to thank our governor for this initiative, which is very important. Other states and countries are doing it. Like myself, I attended one economic investment organized by Oyo State government when I was the chairman of the Conference of Speakers of Nigeria. I attended it, though that one took place in London. I was there, but our governor decided to do it in our state, in our state, where a lot of investment are coming, not only from Nigeria but from other part of the world. This is a very welcome idea, and I believe it will help in the development of Bauchi State.
Okay, thank you very much. When doing investment, there are some laws that can affect it, especially in developing countries. I want to understand the steps the legislation is taking in Bauchi State House of Assembly under your leadership to instill confidence in both existing and prospective investors.
Yeah, it's in all aspects of our life. But in investment, you see a lot of people are being invited to come and kind of invest their money in Bauchi State. Without legislation, then there will be problem. But with legislation whereby you kind of have a legal backing of all the investment that will be conducted in the state, you see, it's very important. Therefore, the Bauchi Assembly is always ready, just as always, ready to support, ready to work with the government, with the executive arm of government, to ensure that everything we do is a kind of have legal backing. That is why the Bauchi Assembly has a very important role to play in this investment, and it's being being carried along, and we are ready. Whatever we are ready, the house is always be ready to come up with a required legislation laws that will kind of support and encourage the investors that are ready to come and invest in Bauchi State.
Moving forward, for 2 years running now, between 2022 and 2023, the governor of Bauchi State, Governor Bala Mohammed, he was named the governor the best governor in rural infrastructure for 2022 and also the best governor in urban development 2023 in the country. Achievements of this nature could hardly take place without effective appropriation and oversight. I want you to tell us how you did it, how you were part of these achievements.
Yeah, let me first of all say that all these awards that were given to the governor, they are well deserved. They are well deserved in the sense that if you go the nook and crannies of Bauchi State, you'll be able to see by yourself. How I wish you were there. Just recently, a tour of the local government was conducted, whereby all the projects and services of the government were assessed. So first, I would like to tell you that this awards, they are well deserved. And then secondly, the role played by the Bauchi South Assembly. But as a journalist, you're supposed to know that no kobo is allowed, or no kobo. The governor has no power to spend a kobo without the approval of the assembly. So that is through appropriation. That's what we call budget. The governor would normally bring budget toward the end of the year. Bring it to the state government, to the state assembly. The state assembly will scrutinize it and do the addition and subtractions, and then forward it back to the governor as an approved budget. And at the end of the year, bring it to the state government, to the state assembly. The state assembly will scrutinize it and do the addition and subtractions, and then forward it back to the governor as an approved budget. And the governor is expected to spend within that budget. No kobo is expected to be spent outside that budget. And apart from that, the assembly has the second role, that is apart from lawmaking. There's what we call oversight. Everything that is inside that budget, we must make sure that it's being spent as is appropriated. So we have various committees. Then we used to go around the state and go and justify. So that's try to justify that this budget is being executed as it is, or at least what appropriated. So that's our role, and we also mobilize our people at the grassroots to support the government in order to achieve such the projects and programs of the state. So the state assembly has a very role. In fact, it is the most important organ or arm that can be said has 100% power to appropriate and also to oversight.
Going forward, for the greater part, there appears to be a convergence between the executive and the legislature in Bauchi State, and a situation could be read or misread as implying that the latter lacks independence. So I want you to tell us the reasons for the harmony existing between the executive and the legislature in Bauchi State.
Yeah. Like you said, some people will translate it to lack of independence or whatsoever. Well, in Bauchi State, I want people to know that our governor is a legislature. A legislature in the sense that he was a senator. And who knows, how the legislature, kind of operate. And the governor, the kind of respect, or give us the respect we deserve, we also give him the respect we deserve. And the governor is always carrying us along in taking major decisions. Most of the decisions we take, we will either invite the leadership of the house or the entire house, so that they brief them. This is what is going on. This is what I intend to do. This is what I intend to do. So whenever he brings something, or rather we bring a request to the assembly, we have no issues to say no or to even think to be skeptical about it. Because why? Because we already know what he's going to do. So the cordial relationship between the executive and the legislature, born out of the respect for each other, and then the transparency. The governor doesn't hide anything to us. We also doesn't hide anything to him. So we respect each other, and that is why you see there's this harmony in Bauchi State. So whoever said we lack independence or we are pocketed, this is our problem. All what we are doing is that we put Bauchi State as our target.
There's a mutual respect.
Mutual respect, And then Bauchi State is like in Bauchi State Assembly, we have 3 political parties: the PDP, who has a majority, the APC, that's in the current dispensation, the PDP, who has a majority, the APC, who has kind of some this, and the ANPP, I mean the NNPP, who has 1 member. But in the assembly, we set aside the issue of parties and put Bauchi State, and we believe the governor has also has the power, but has Bauchi State in his mind. The development and the progress of Bauchi State is what is in mind, and therefore we also have that in mind. So that's why you have this harmony between the two arms of government. Even when there was high expectation that there would be a problem, that was in the last tenure from 2019 to 2023, where the majority of the members of the House are not of the same party with the governor. But still, with this motion or this idea of let's do it for Bauchi State, we still remain the same, and we worked for 4 years without any major problem. So the mutual respect, mutual understanding, and then putting Bauchi as our aim or as our target is what makes the kind of brought this rapport between the executive and the legislature.
That's it. I really feel other states should look up to the legislative arm and the executive arm of Bauchi State, because there's nothing as good as mutual respect and putting the states first. One of the point factors going for the attraction of Bauchi State as an investment destination is the relative security in the state. What explains this, and what other incentives do investors expect, apart from the security aspect? Yes.
In terms of security, I can assure the investors that are coming that they have to sleep with all their eyes closed, as they say, because despite the fact that we are located in the northeast zone, where it's termed as a war zone, the Bauchi State is relatively, not relatively, Bauchi State is safe, Bauchi State is secured, and that can be attributed to the proactive nature of the governor and his need and willingness to see that the people, he kind of, one of the major duties of a government is to protect life and properties of the people of the state, and the governor is doing his best in that aspect, and is always he has a kind of always working with the security apparatus in the state. We have our own local security organization that is assisting. So that's why we have this. Bauchi is secured, and Bauchi is open, and Bauchi is safe for investors to come and invest.
Okay, thank you. I don't know. There's something I really want you to explain to me. Apart from the security aspects, what else should they expect?
Hospitality, love from the people. Bauchi State is being termed as a home of peace and hospitality. We have a lot of, like Yankari Game Reserve, we have a lot of other attractions where investors will come. Apart from doing their investment, they will go and relax. And the people are lovely. They love people that are coming now from outside the state. This is what I can assure the investors. And then we have a lot of abundant, solid minerals. We have petrol of commercial quantity in Bauchi State. Bauchi State will soon become one of the best states in Nigeria, that I can assure you.
We are looking forward to that. I really personally want to visit Bauchi.
Please come to Bauchi.
Thank you. Okay, so in the face of the numerous activities of non-state actors in many states of the Federation, do you support the argument for a creation of state police that will help to combat the menace and enhance security in the states? Do you support this?
Support 100%.
Okay, why?
100%. Because we believe most of the police officers now, or army, or other non-conventional security agencies, most of them found out that they are not from Bauchi State. So they may not know the nook and crannies of the state. But if you have our own people as the officers, the state police, who knows the nook and crannies of the state, they will perform better than what we have from the police. So I believe this state police issue is a welcome development. When I was the chairman of the Conference of Speakers, it's one of our key priority that we propose for the constitutional review, to allow state to create state police, and we are still pushing it. We believe with this upcoming alteration of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, this issue will be considered. And if you have state police, I'm not talking about the state alone, all the states. Yeah. If you have your own people as the kind of the police officer, or the officers, or the people that are using. That's why in some states like in Bauchi, I can tell you, we use vigilante groups, where the people from the villages, people from the towns and other places of the state, who go into deep where police or army cannot go. That is the reason why creating of state police is very important, and that can even assure investors that yes, we have our own police or our own security that will take care of you, and that will assure you that your investment and yourself are safe. So I really support this issue, and my governor was also supportive, and the entire Bauchi Assembly is supported. If the National Assembly decide to kind of transmit that issue to states, I believe all the states will agree with it.
Yeah, I think it's a welcome development, because apart from having people in the state, it creates a sense of ownership in their head,
exactly,
because
ownership.
it is their thing in their state.
Exactly.
They want to protect it. Apart from having different people, they might not really be interested in the security of the state. So I agree, it's a welcome development. Okay, so I want to know, how has the State House of Assembly supported the government's efforts at mitigating and eradicating out of school children problem in the states? Because I feel like it's a little bit of a challenge.
This issue of out of school children, yeah, what you said, there was a time what you said was a kind of one of the highest states that has this issue of out of school children. But with the coming of the present administration in 2019, efforts have been made. State Assembly, the Opposition Assembly have passed several laws to encourage parents to allow their children to be enrolled in schools. I personally, I think I sponsored a motion, or rather a bill, that was eventually passed into law and assented by the governor, on like free education for girl child. There are other laws that the Opposition Assembly passed and were eventually assented by the governor towards addressing this issue of out of school children. For now, if they can tell you the correct figure now, what is said has maybe the lowest, or if not the lowest, is the state that one of the states that has the lowest number of out of school children. We thank God we have a governor that is always willing to work with stakeholders. That is stakeholder engagement, and as a result of that, he works with all the emirs, the traditional institutions, the teachers, all stakeholders in education are being carried along, and that has drastically reduced that figure of out of school children in Bauchi State.
Okay, thank you. Now we are going to have a personal question. I want you to give us a little bit of your secret as one of the longest serving speakers in Nigeria.
I will start by telling you my story,
okay,
how I become the speaker of Bauchi State Assembly in 2029, despite the fact that we don't belong to the same party with the governor. We have the majority in the assembly then. That was in 2019. I became a speaker. I was in APC. As you know, the governor is in PDP. And there was this expectation that since now the governor doesn't have the control of the assembly because 22 of the members out of 31 doesn't belong to his party. So there will be problem. But as the speaker of the assembly as I then up to now, I always kind of have a kind of what is called open door policy, transparency, and I give due respect to all my members because assembly is a house of equals. Just because you're the speaker, you are as equal as any member, because any member of the house can be a speaker. I always involve them in whatever I'm doing. I carry them along. I lead them with transparency. So with this, I don't think anybody would think of saying, "Oh, we want to impeach this guy because he's doing this." And even though I was in the assembly for the first time, but I have a lot of information, knowledge about other speakers, that how they've been impeached. I try to, kind of shy away, run away from all those things. So, but the most important thing is if you respect, no matter how you hate me, if I respect you, I'm done with you. No matter how you hate me, and no matter how you love me, if I don't respect you, you end up becoming my enemy. So when you give respect to whom you deserve, and then you carry everybody along, and then you are transparent, and then a lot of things, like at least you get the confidence of people.
Well, viewers, this is where we end this episode of Inside Out. My name is Stella Carlo, reporting for True Vision TV, the platform that democratizes the media space. Bye for now.